Today we've got the Crest Audio Pro-LITE 2.0. It is called a professional 2000 watt power amplifier. Take a look at the box here. Here you can see it comes from PV Electronics Corporation and it's Pro-LITE 2.0. I ordered this from Full Compass. So this was shipped to Full Compass in this box. 980 watts by 2 channels. All the different modes. Got automatic clip limiting, Class D, and combi inputs, speak-on outputs. This is a Class D amp and similar to the PV IPR series. However, this one can be bridged. You can't go down to 2 ohms in bridge mode, but you can do 4 and 8, and they're the specs. You can look it up on the website. We're going to go ahead and crack this one open. Okay, Crest Audio. Let's see what's in here. Got an instruction manual here, right there, instruction manual. We've got a American IEC power cable. This one looks like it's about 6 feet and it's 14 gauge, but it feels really nice and hefty. Here it is in the package. The Crest Pro-LITE 2.0. I think without power cord and everything it weighs a little over 11 pounds, maybe around 12 pounds. Let's take a look at the back here. We've got our IEC power inlet. It says 650 watts. There's no fuse or circuit breaker on the back. We've got speak-on outputs and XLR and 1/4 inch TRS Neutrik combi jacks here. These jacks on the back are all Neutrik. They're not some knockoff brand. They're actual Neutrik jacks. We've got a cooling fan here. This box is it's finished in a flat black. It's like a textured black finish on here. This bottom panel can be unscrewed. Looks like the bottom panel can be unscrewed and you can pop it off if you need to get in there and vacuum or blow it out with some compressed air after a while. So this is the bottom of the unit. There's a serial number and a model number on there. Alright, here's the Crest Pro-LITE 2.0. Here's the business end. We've got detented and deeply recessed gain knobs. They're detented. They feel okay. Here we've got some indicator lights. I guess you got a power light down there. You got a DC light. That'd be a bad one to see on. Over temperature light. You got a signal present light and automatic clip limiter light there. Here's the other side. You got the Crest logo there. Got some nice wire, honeycomb, expanded metal. Here's the power switch. And the power switch has a circuit breaker built onto it. You can actually feel when you turn it off, turn it on, you've got to go twice on that switch. So I imagine if this is on and you pop the breaker, it's going to go halfway or something like that, and you'll have to turn it all the way off and then reset it. So that's deeply recessed also. There's no way that you can put your knee into that thing and turn it off, put your foot into it, turn it off. It's way in there. Over on this side of the amplifier, of course, you got your IEC inlet. Here's the Neutrik speak-on outputs. Channel A, bridge, and channel B. These are both just normal NL4s wired up with only the positive and negative one side of the plug. However, on channel A, you can wire up all 4 pins on the speak on, 1 and 2, positive and negative, and you can biamp one of your speaker cabs with that, or whatever, pass through to a sub or pass through to something else. But anyway, it's there. Both channels A and B come out on this first speak on jack. Here are the input jacks on the back. These are those Neutrik combi jacks for TRS or XLR. Channel A and channel B. Here is your mode switch in the middle. You've got parallel, you've got bridge, and you've got stereo. Also, each input has another 3-way switch. There's 3 settings: sub, full range, or high out. Same thing here. So we're going to plug this thing in and see what the switches do, because nothing's listed in the manual about those, and I can't find anything on the website. So we're going to check it out. We're going to plug it in and see what happens there. I just plugged in this amplifier, the Crest Pro-LITE 2.0. We're going to turn it on. There it goes. The fan hasn't turned on. I can hear a little bit of a buzz. So let's see what happens when we feed it some signal, plug it into some speakers. Alright, so now I'm running signal in to input A, and I'm coming out of output A into a speaker cab. I don't have a PA speaker handy, so let's go into a guitar cabinet. So we're going to turn up the gain knob and see what happens. So you'll see that the 3-way switch over here, if I leave it on full range, that switches on full range, the amplifier is going to output, just your straight signal. If I switch this over to sub, it's got a built-in crossover and outputs only the low frequency. It's a low pass signal, and I don't know what the crossover point is, probably about 125. If I switch this all the way to the other side, high out, and that actually outputs only the high frequencies, so it's a high pass signal if I switch it over to high out. So this thing, if you're running a PA and you don't have a crossover, you've got something small, theoretically you could grab a pair of these amplifiers and do a stereo rig, subs and tops, or you could use one of these, have one side feeding the subs, the other side feeding the tops, and not even have to worry about a crossover. You just use the built-in crossover. I don't know what the points are, I don't know what the curves look like. I haven't been able to find too many bits of information about this, but anyway, I was surprised to see those on the back. And now I've heard that the PV IPR amplifiers also have built-in crossovers and everything, but I haven't used one of those. My friend has one and he told me that it's got a similar thing on the back. You can hear the fans on now, and it started just a minute or two after I turned the amplifier on for the first time. So I guess once it's warming up, it doesn't need to be on, and then it reaches a certain temperature, it comes on. One thing I wanted to add is that if you're using one of the inputs and you've got the parallel mode on, no matter what you've got selected on, say, this input, and you want to parallel out, you want to daisy chain another amplifier or a powered sub or whatever, that signal is always going to be identical to the one that you're sending the amplifier. So it's basically a straight pass-through from here to here if you're in parallel mode. It doesn't matter what you're using this amplifier as. And I don't understand why they have labeled this sub, full range, or high out. It seems like they could have just said, low pass, no filter, or whatever, full range, and high pass. That would have been a little bit more straightforward. Crest has been releasing really affordable amplifiers over the past couple of years. They've got a couple different series that seem to work really well, and I've installed a couple of them at churches and restaurants throughout my town. And this one I'm really excited about. Love the Class D thing. Love the amount of power this has. This is a 2000 watt amplifier. If you want to get the upgraded model with DSP, you add about $200. So I'm hoping that this thing really rocks. Alright, so that's a quick unboxing and overview of the Crest Pro-LITE 2.0. I'm going to put this into place and drive it hard. I'm going to have it all the way down to 2 ohms on one channel and about 2.6 ohms on the other channel, and doing a permanent install. So we'll see how it holds up over time, but for now I'm feeling pretty good. I'm real confident that this amp is going to fit the bill, and I know my client's going to be really happy. Thanks everybody for watching.